Hickok 45 here. You know when you've got a 10 millimeter, you just want to shoot it, don't you? Yikes. Oh, don't you? You want to smoke some pot too. Yeah, no trouble knocking those arms around, huh? Yep, the M&P 2.0 10 millimeter. Yes. I've been wanting to get my hands on one for a while, and they were kind of hard to come by there for a while. I finally just bought one, and thought I might need another 10 millimeter because really I do have two, but they're both Glocks, or three, but they're Glocks. Yeah, you know, it'd be kind of nice to have a different format in 10 millimeter. And I don't know that I picked one. Maybe I did somewhere. Picked one up. I don't know. I don't remember that. But I just had in my head, I thought it'd be pretty cool. I do have the 9mm 2.0, and I like the feel of that. So I thought, yeah, it'd be pretty cool. And it is. I'm glad I bought it. I really am. You've seen it in the Sunday shoot around videos. Had it out at least in one of those. Had it for a little while. And wrapped up some Talon Pro Grip around there. They don't, at least when I last checked with them, they didn't have the final grips for it yet, but they might now. And it feels pretty good. Except you know, Smith has this issue of getting to negatives right away. They like a thin grip, and that's what a lot of you like about the Smith 2.0 or the Shields. And I just like a little fatter grip. It doesn't have to be quite as fat as a Glock 20. You know, I know that's one of the main complaints of the big Glocks like that. It is pretty fat, I'll say. And this one is just a hair thin for me, but probably would feel good to you, I guess. You got that big swell in the back, and then it's thin up front. And I think if it were about the same thickness all the way across, I would like it better. You can change out, of course, the palm swells. There's 4 of them that come with it. You've got the inserts up here. These are kind of like a gasket for whatever. There's like 7 or 8 of those things that come with it, so that you can put an optic on there if you want to. You know, I don't really like optics, but a lot of people do. And it comes optic ready, and you've got the high sights. You notice that rear and front sight are pretty high for you know, for an optic. You could probably co-witness with most of them, I would guess, and you could sight right across the top of a suppressor probably. So at least most of them, I would guess. So anyway, pretty cool. And I'm shooting some of the standard loads here, but as you can tell, the way it knocks those arms around, even just standard 10 millimeter loads, got a little bit of punch to them. Yeah, let's try a 2-liter. Oh man, yeah. This thing's a good shooter. I'm gonna go over there and pop the gong right away. Yeah, feels pretty good. How about another couple of arms? Yeah. But, you know, it's fun shooting steel with a 10 millimeter. Do I have to tell you that? Let's shoot something like, all right, let's jump into some trophy bonded bear claws. Why not? Why not? Have I had a malfunction with it yet? I'm thinking in a Sunday video, the mag dropped on me. Was that this gun that happened to y'all that watch all the Sunday videos? It might have been this gun, and I wasn't sure whether it was me or the gun. And but it's not happened since, so I don't know, maybe it was me, or maybe it wasn't even this pistol. It was another one. I often will bring out on Sunday, you know, Sunday shoot-arounds, some firearm we're testing, or shoot it for the first time, or take a few extra shots with it or something before send it back. So I don't recall. I think it might have been this one. So these are pretty stout rounds, and you can tell the difference. I have fired these in it. I fired standard loads, and I don't think I have fired any gold dot yet. So we'll get those ready so I don't forget, and shoot some of those, because that's probably what I'd carry in it, right? Well, it depends where you are. If you're in the mountains, I don't know. You want a hot point, something like this would be maybe better, something hot. Oh, I know what I'll do too. I didn't want to forget. I've got some buffalo boar These are 220 grains. I'll go ahead and load those so I don't forget. How's that? You know how I have a tendency to forget to shoot the hollow points or something I have out here. They're 200 grain hard cast. And I'm not fired any of these in it. We'll see how they feed and if they work okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got, yeah, see I didn't load any of those up. Yeah, so we got in this magazine the trophy bonded Bear Claw. All right, let's take a few of these. A little more horsepower. And you know what, since we have these in here, we ought to shoot that watermelon. Just a pistol, but it ought to break it. Yep, it did. How about bowling pin? John set up a little challenge there. These are Bear Claws, but I'll try to hit the can on top. Oh, I figured that'd be enough to knock it off. Oh, a moving target. Yeah, these are stout. Feel good though. What do you think, cowboy? I'm sorry, I just felt like abusing the cowboy. What do you think, cowboy? Yeah, he thought those were hitting pretty hard, I guess. Well, seemed to do fine with those. I don't recall if I shot any of those on the Sunday morning shoot around either. Well, let's go ahead and try some of these buffalo bore. 220 grain hard cast while we're doing this. All right. Before I do that, so without further ado, let's shoot some buffalo bore. Cowboy, let's abuse you some more. You know it's more smoke, lead bullet. Let's hit the gong with one of these. Smoky. Black powder maybe. Wow. Now let me hold a little higher. There we go. And hold a little higher. Let me try the buffalo. And you know why, right? Okay, let me hold a little higher. Alright, had to hold a little higher. Yeah, you guessed it. Buffalo bore ammo, right? Get the buffalo. Who wants this last one or two? Cowboy, we haven't abused you enough. The last one on the cowboy. So, well, it's fed a variety of ammo already. You know, the buffalo bore, the Bear Claws, you know, trophy bonded, the standard, you know, federal American Eagle. So let's try some of this stuff. It's good old gold dot. And this is 100 and, no, it's 200 grain. Okay, it's pretty good stuff. That was some more of the Bear Claw. Okay, so let's load some of that. And again, on the gun itself, you know, the 2.0s are pretty, they've been out there now. You know, you've seen a lot of videos probably on the 2.0 Smith & Wesson. This is just more or less the same firearm in 10mm. Okay, and it does have the higher sights. You know, you got your plate, everything for an optic. You got an ambi slide lock. I think the mag release is reversible. You got the serrations up here and everything, your rail, 3-dot sight. What else do you want to know about it? It's got a pretty nice trigger. Got a nice reset. Now it's the reset, you can barely hear it, but it's you can feel it, and it's a pretty nice reset. The trigger's not bad. There's lots of aftermarket triggers for these things, what Apex, Timney, and whoever else. But this feels pretty good. It's a little crunchy on the take up. I mean, it feels just a little crunchy, but once you get to the wall, it's got a pretty nice break. I would classify it as a pretty nice trigger, really. And what else about it? You're probably dying to know. It's I think they retail for about $660 is the MSRP. And let me load while I'm yakking. The I weighed it and the Glock 20, and the Glock 20 is a couple of ounces heavier, almost 2 ounces heavier by my scale. Okay, I was a little surprised that Glock's got a big old slide. Got the calipers out, and because sometimes we're fooled by the slide on the Smith. They seem thinner, but they're not, because of they're contoured differently, whereas a Glock is a big old square landing craft, looks like. But yeah, the slide is thinner on the M&P, okay, and that's why it's a lighter gun. So there you go. About everybody's familiar with the Glock 20, 21, and the thickness of it and everything. So you get a little thinner slide, and not dramatically thinner, but it's a little thinner, and the gun is lighter. Again, not dramatically lighter. They're both big old guns, so you're going to have a lot of weight on you, but in a good holster. This one might carry a little bit better than the Glock. I had 3 more there, they're hiding. I like it. The grip feels better to me than the Glock. The old hump. Yeah. Glock just won't give that up. Some people like it, I guess, but it seems odd that all the newer firearms, polymer and everything, they don't have that hump like where Glock has it. So if it's so wonderful, why does nobody else do that? I've been asking that for about 35 years. This feels good. Again, that's a little thinnish in there for me, but still, on the whole, it feels better to me than the Glock grip. All right. So there you go. I know you're dying to catch me saying something negative about a Glock, right? So let's shoot. Well, I don't know. I guess 1 mag of those is enough. Let's shoot some more bear claws. Put those in here. Yeah, trophy bonded. Got to watch it. We had deer wandering in and out of here today. It's not deer season. So, all right, let's shoot some of these 200 grain. And again, we're shooting gold dot, personal protection, 10 millimeter, 200 grain, hollow point. We all know gold dot's good stuff, right? All right. For personal protection, now I need some protection from that guy right down there. Yeah. And maybe from that tree. Maybe from the gong. Yeah. Maybe from the ram. Yeah. Maybe that other buffalo even. Oh, these hit hard. Watch those arms fly around. Yeah. So it's fun shooting real 10 millimeter ammo, right? Whether it's a hollow point, trophy bonded, or whatever. And there's even some stuff maybe hotter than anything I have fired here, like Garrett or Underwood. And I thought I had some of that. I like to try all that stuff in 10 millimeters. But you come right down to it, I don't know that the trophy bonded, if that doesn't take care of it, I don't know that anything else is going to. I don't know. That stuff is pretty warm. And it's just for plinking. I say plinking, I plink with everything, 45-70 or whatever. Even standard ammo, I'll load up another one with standard ammo. It's fun. You don't want to beat your gun to death for no reason, maybe. You do want to shoot it, I think, with a variety of ammo. Make sure it handles everything you might want to shoot in it or carry in it. And, make sure it functions well, that kind of thing. But there's not enough difference. The point of impact seems about the same, so you can give yourself a little break, for some of your shooting perhaps. Just depends on how much you shoot. All right, so quite a difference here. So, pretty nice. Anything I'm forgetting to tell you about? Nice, kind of a flat face trigger, and it's it's M&P. What can I say? Breaks down like an M&P. This is how you field strip it, everybody. In California and big tech world, if you don't strip a firearm and know how to strip it properly, you're being unsafe with the firearm. You might not be a safe shooter. You want to keep it clean and safe to use. Know how to field strip it. Like I'm fumbling around here. It's almost like that barrel doesn't, I don't think I've had that issue before. Ouch, it is hot. There we go. Maybe it has expanded a little bit. So the field strip on it normally is very simple. It's, all the usual stuff you get with an M&P. And I'm really pleased with it so far. I understand there are, I'm not sure I've seen it in a video or anything. I've heard that there's some people who have had problems with it. And someone wrote me, was asking me how this one was going because they'd seen it in the Sunday video and everything. And I hadn't had any problems I'm aware of, other than that one time the magazine might have dropped. I think it was this pistol, I'm not sure. What were they having? They were having their magazine drop. I think they said when they were shooting really heavy rounds, like maybe some Underwood or something, and there may be some other issue some people are having. I don't know. What do you think? What have you heard? What has been your experience? Okay. Because I'm pretty fond of it. It's a good shooter, and I've shot it enough where I think I would trust it to like to carry it in the mountains or something, bear country. I kind of like it. Can I shoot it one more time? Let's just wrap up with some good old trophy bonded, okay? Let's really give it a workout and make sure it's up to the task when I put in that one. That's some trophy bonded, yeah. What we started with there. So anything else I lied about or didn't tell you? So I'm liking it. I guess I ought to take a shot with a 20. I don't know, but as far as the recoil, impulse, and everything, I don't notice it being like harder to shoot or jumpier necessarily than the Glock. I guess I ought to do that though for your sake. Let me put a couple of these in this one. Yeah, there might be a difference and I just don't remember it. If you haven't fired something recently or in context with what you're shooting right now. Y'all want me to have more guns to clean, so let me just shoot them both. Give you a little impression here. This is a Gen 4 Glock 20. Okay, I really didn't plan to do this, but y'all deserve it, right? Y'all need to know. So let's just go ahead. This will be the last thing we do. Unless I think of some more lies to tell you. Okay. So I like to get them both hot and get the shooting actually as close together as I can. All right, we'll take another shot with this thing. Couple. Okay. Pretty hot coming out of both of them. Okay. I don't know, maybe a little less, maybe this one doesn't jump up as high. It's a little heavier, but I don't really notice this one being, the Glock 20 being like easier to control in some significant way. I really can't. Not enough difference to make a difference, I guess, is my impression right now. Okay. They both, with that ammo, they both are, that's a hot round. You can feel it, and boom, it's a neat concussion, in both of them, and they both jump back into your hand and all that good stuff that we like, right? So I don't notice a gigantic difference. I really don't. So One thing, I like the grip better on this, so that might mitigate whatever difference there is because it's just a little bit lighter. So anyway, that's the M&P 2 and 10 millimeter. I think one thing about the sights I have noticed, it might be a little of a negative. For me, I like a 6 o'clock hold right on. I've noticed that at any distance at all, I need to really hold on top of the target. You know, well, you saw that. I was missing the gong and the buffalo and the ram stuff. I was just not getting it up enough, and I was really having to hold over it pretty much to actually hit it. So that's not a big thrill. I'd rather hold right in the middle where it hits exactly where I'm holding, or it hits above where I'm holding, you know, 6 o'clock hold preferably. But I could probably adjust the sights if I ever wanted to do that, right? Or put an optic on it and adjust it. Now, I don't really care for optics, but a lot of you do, okay? And when I'm almost blind, maybe I'd rather have an optic myself, I don't know. So the M&P 2.0 10 millimeter, you know, it's mine. I'll have it for a long time, so we'll bring it out again sometime. I'm glad you could come by this pleasant evening. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. You know, really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com, and also while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.